Busy week this week. We've had a crusher sorting all the pile of hardcore and that, but the most important thing is we've had Steve and Andy here getting on with the rendering. They got all the scratch coats done earlier this week. I think they did the top coat on 2 panels yesterday, and now they're in like a race against the sun basically to try and get this back wall on before the sun hits it. They want to try and get it troweled up and finished, because as soon as the sun gets on it at about 12ish, it's going to start going off quick, and if they haven't finished it by then, it'll be really hard work to get it looking nice. It's like a really shit version of that Top Gear when Jeremy races like across England before the sun sets. Still just as important. Steve and Andy are just putting on the top coat. The one underneath they did the other day, that's the scratch coat with all the lines through it. They basically just put it on, get it as flat as they can, and then when they've got the whole thing covered, they start going over it and floating it up and getting it all looking really nice and smooth. We'll show you another panel around there, what it's going to look like basically. So yeah, this is a panel they finished not yesterday, the day before I think. So you can see it's just absolutely spot on. It's all flat, perfect, and it looks lovely. When that's painted, it's going to look real smart. Basically, all I'm doing is getting ready for the scaffold to go down. So I'm just giving the house one last once over, and basically any snagging that needs doing, I'm going to do it. So there's literally little gaps like this where we had the profiles clamped in. There's places where we just forgot to fill the holes in as we went. So I'm just going around getting stuff like that done. Just because once the scaffold's gone, it's going to be a bit awkward to get at. If you forget, like it's easy to forget one joint and then you forget that, then you gotta go back and re-snag. So just do that and then come back to it in a couple of minutes and brush it off. So this bad boy is the crusher. So that was up here yesterday. There was a big heap of like concrete and old tiles and all sorts of hardcore that a load of it was already here when I got the site, which was annoying. But other stuff that I've just been chucking there since we've been cleaning and sorting the site out. So that was good. So yesterday all of that went through the crusher and it crushes it up into hardcore that I can use on the driveway. So I'm not very good at guessing weights and things, but I think there's about 200 tonne that we ended up of hardcore, which is going to level out all the driveway, around the house down the bottom and that, and we can use it on the tracks and things like that. So, you know, it was a bloody expensive day getting the digger and the crusher up here, but it was cheaper than hauling away all the hardcore and that we had, and then buying in hardcore like this to put on the drive. So it's kind of swings and roundabouts whether it's worth it or not, but we have to go for it. So hopefully it will be. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Digger puts it in, big crushing thing in there, crushes it all up. It comes out the belt and onto the heap, and then I was just on the forklift with the bucket, clearing it out the way of this end. And then on this side, this belt is like a magnet belt. So anything metal that goes through there sticks to that belt and spins out. So we just park my trailer under it and it's just full of loads of horrible little nasty nails and bent up bits of metal on that. So that's good. That can all go to the scrapyard. That's it for today. I am going to France on holiday next week. But when I get back, we are hopefully dropping some of the scaffold should be gone. The render should all be finished and painted. Tony's coming in to paint that next week. That should all be done. Joey and his lads will be back and we'll be putting the flat roof on over the kitchen. That'll be done, ready for Harry to come back and finish the flat roof. And then the renderers will be back to render the single story bit. So it's all go and it should look a lot different in the next 2-3 weeks, something like that. It should start really looking like a house. So happy with that. So if you want to like and subscribe, anything you want to know, let me know in the comments. And thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.